Hello students. So in today's class we are going to discuss about class 8 mathematics from R.S. Agarwal math book. The chapter name is direct and inverse proportion. It's a very important chapter. Direct and inverse proportion. We have to write it that direct and inverse proportion. Okay, direct and inverse proportion. So now for that we have to know about the variation. First we have to know what is variation. If two quantities depend on each other in such a way that change in one result in corresponding change in the other result, then the two quantities are said to be variation. Okay. Suppose if we take one example, suppose if we take more article, then that cost more article cost more. If the cost is same for each and every article, then the more article cost more. Now more money deposit in the bank, more is interest earned for a fixed period. Okay. Next, more is the distance covered by a car, more is petrol consumed by it. So here the quantities are article, this is my first quantity, and cost, this is second quantity. Okay. Next, if we have to make distance, this is first quantity here, and more petrol, this is the second quantity. Understand that? So this we can say that this quantity, if this two quantity is interrelated to each other, then this is called the variation. I have told you the definition. Next, move to first important thing, that is second thing, that is direct variation. Or direct proportion. You understand that? Direct variation or direct proportion. Two quantity x and y are said to be in direct proportion if two quantity x and y is said to be in direct proportion if the increase of x and y should also increase along x. If we increase x, if x increase, then y increase. If x decrease, then y also decrease. Okay. So that actually this definition I have I have telling you friends for from my side. The actual definition is given in your book, but direct proportion is like that. Okay. So we can say that the value of y increases in such a way that the ratio of x and y remains constant. Here the ratio is given in your book. That is, if x is increases, then y increase, and if x decreases, then y decrease in such a way that x by y remain constant. X by y remain constant. So that is called the direct variation. Next come to for direct variation we are taking x by y is equal to k. That is my constant term. X by y is equal to k. So k is my constant. So if we are taking different quantities, that is x1, x2 xn, and for that y1, y2 yn. For that we will say that x1 by y1 is equal to x2 by y2 is equal to x3 by y3 is equal to xn by yn is equal to k. Understand that? Now we have to remark that x and y are direct proportion. When x and y are direct proportion, we also say that x and y have a direct variation, since proportion and variation are same. So next come to the inverse variation or inverse proportion. Inverse variation or variation or inverse proportion. Inverse proportion. Variation or inverse proportion. Now what is inverse proportion? From my side, I tell you that if we take x and y, then if x increase, these two quantities, if increase and for that y decrease, and if x decrease and for that y increase. This is my definition of inverse variation. Then we can say that x and y are in inverse variation or inverse proportion. Now from book's definition, two quantities x and y are said to be inverse proportion if xy is equal to k. Here x by y is equal to k. X by y is equal to k. Now we can say that x and y are in inverse proportion if x, the multiplication of these two quantities, is equal to k. Okay. Now from here we can easily say that x equals to k by y. That can be written as x varies 1 by y, where k is my constant. Do you understand that? And here, from here, we can easily say that x is equal to ky. That means x varies y. So this can be written as, this is inverse, direct proportion can be written as like that, and inverse proportion can be written as like that. So that's we have to remember. So that is my inverse variation. Now if we take the quantities x1 corresponding y1, x2 for corresponding y2 xn corresponding yn, then my x1 y1 is equal to x2 y2 is equal to xn yn is equal to k. Okay, so this is my direct variation and inverse variation. Now without wasting time, let us come some exercise. The exercise is, so hope you understand that. Next come to the exercise. EX exercise 12A of RS Agarwal. RS Agarwal math. Okay, RS Agarwal math book. Suppose we have the first question is given RS Agarwal math book. The first question is given in RS Agarwal math book that we have given a table. We have to observe the table given below. Each of the find x by y r is proportional or not. That is one table is given here. X by y. Friends, we are following RS Agarwal math book of class 8 CBSE. This is following CBSE curriculum. 5 by 15, 8 by 24, next 11 by 33, next 26 by 78. So we have to say so we are taking this is as x1 y1, x2 y2, like that, x3 y3, x4 y4, and this is x5 y5. So here my x1, where if we are observing that x1 y1 is equal to x2 y2 is equal to x3 by y3 is equal to x4 by y4 is equal to x5 by y5. If we are dividing this like this, so we are getting only the answer is 1 by 3. So that's equal to k. So now for direct variation, we have this equals to k. Now from every side we are getting that this equal to k. So the quantities are in direct variation. We can say that. Next, one more we have to check. That is the quantities given here. For this question number 1, this is question number 3. The quantities are given here. X by 15, x by y is equal to x by y is equal to 5 by 15, 7 by 21, 9 by 27, 15 by 60, 18 by 72, and 25 by 75. So if we finding this, this should be 3, this should be 3, this should be 3, but this is not is equal to not 3 actually. This is if we finding the ratio of this, we are getting 1 by 3, 1 by 3, 1 by 3, but this is 1 by 4. So in one step we are getting not, that is not is equal to 1 by 3, that is not is equal to k. Okay, so here we can't say that this is happening, that is x1 by x1, x1 by y1, x2 by y2, x3 by y3, that is, this is not happening. So we can't say that the quantities of x and y are not proportional. So here the x and y are proportional, and here x and y are not proportional. So viewers, you can understand that what I mean to say. Next come to another question. Question number 2 is given. Question number 2 of RS Agarwal EX12A. It is given that x and y are directly proportional. Find the value of x1, x2, y1. So for that, here x and y is given. Three by 72. This is x1 by 120, x2 by 192, then 10 by y1, and we are told that here x and y are directly proportional. X and y are directly proportional. So that means this by this equal to this by this. So from here 3 by 72, we can write that 3 by 72 is equal to x1 by 120. So from here x1 is equal to 120 into 72 by 3. Sorry. 3 into 120 by 72. 24. 5. So x1, value of x1 is equal to 5. Now since the value of x1 is equal to 5, so we can write that 5 by we can write from here also that 3 by 72 is equal to x2 by 192. Now from here x2 is equal to 3 into 192 by 72. This is 24. This is 8. So x2 is equal to 8. And again 3 by 72 is equal to 0 by y1. So y1 is equal to 10 into 72 by 3. 24. This is 240. So my value of x1 is equal to 5, x2 is equal to 8, and y1 is equal to 240. So that is my answer. Okay, understanding? We are doing, viewers, exercise 12A of R.S. Agarwal math book. So this is equal to, this is my answer. Understand that? Next move to another question. The question is given here. Question number 3. The written question. Question number 3 of R.S. Agarwal. A truck covers the distance 510 km at 34 liter diesel. How much distance it will cover at 20 liter diesel? So for that we have to make one column, that is diesel, and distance. Okay, so here diesel 34 liter, okay, and distance covering 510 kilometer, and now here 20 liter diesel is available. How many kilometer? We are taking an 8 kilometer. Okay, now we have to observe that the diesel and distance, these two quantities are varies directly or inversely. Since more diesel covering more distance, if we put more diesel in a car, that covers more distance. Okay, less diesel, that car covers less distance. So there is direct proportion. So here we can write that the process is, here the quantities diesel and distance are directly proportional. Okay. Now for remember the process for direct proportion, we have to do 34 by 20, 34 by 20, this by this equal to 510 by x, this by this. So this will be my solution. Now from here we have to compute x. That is x equal to 510 multiplied by 20 by 34. X equal to 300. So 300 kilometer. So in 20-liter diesel it should cover 300 kilometer. Viewers, you can understand that. Next, move to another question. Question number 4. A taxi covers at a fare rupees 1275 to journey 150 kilometer. How much it will charge for journey 120 kilometer? Now here also the two quantities are given, journey and kilometer. Now for that rupees and kilometer, more rupees we have to travel more kilometer, and less rupees we have to travel less kilometer. So the proportion is direct proportion. So the math should be like that. First we have to make a chart for this chart, then we have to write that here this are proportional, directly proportional, then so this and the value is like that. Equal to. Next, move to another question. Then question number 5 is also direct proportion. So I am skipping that. Next, question number 6. 18 doll cost 630. How many doll can be bought for rupees 455? So that is also direct proportion. Actually, from exercise 12a is all are direct proportional. So question number 5 I am solving. This is my question number 3. Question number 5 I am solving. Question number 5 is track solve time. We are taking time and distance. Time is equal to 25 minutes. Distance 16 kilometer. 16 kilometer. Now here time 5 hours. Okay, 5 hours. You have to remember 5 hours means 300 minutes. We have to take this is x kilometer. So we have to write like this line from here. Okay, and my resultant calculation is 25 by 30, 300 is equal to 16 by x. So my x is equal to 16 into 300 by 25. So this is 12. 16 into 12. 192. Okay, so in 5 hours it should travel 192 kilometer. So that will be my answer. So next come to another question. Question number 7. Question number 6. Very easy. You should be tried. Question number 7. 9 kg sugar cost rupees 166.50. How much sugar can be bought in rupees 259? So that's you should try it yourself. Next, question number 8. The cost of 15 meter of cloth is rupees 981. What length of the cloth that can be purchased for rupees 1308? That is also an easy question. Next, in a model ship, the mast is 9 cm high, while the mast of the actual ship is 15 cm high. If the length of the ship is 35 meter, so how long is the model ship? So I am doing this question. Question number 9. Question number 9. Question number 9. Model ship and mast ship. Okay. Now for model ship, the mast is 9 meter high. So length and the height of the mast. Now for actual ship, the length is 35 meter and length of the mast is 15 meter. And actually we have to make this column from here, that is height is from left side and the length, actual length, in the right side. So the mast is for the original ship. For the original ship, the mast height is 15 meter and the actual length is 35 meter. And for the model ship, height of the mast is 9 meter and actual size is 8 meter. Just take. So here also we are seeing that the direct proportion is occur, that the height of the mast is more when the actual length is more, and height of the mast is less when the actual length is less. So we are again writing this, that these two quantities are varying directly. So let us come to the solution. So the solution should be, since it is direct variation, we can write that 15 by 9, that's equal to 35 by x. From here we can also write that x equal to 35 into 9 by 15. That is 21. So the length of model ship length is equal to 21 meter. Okay. Next come to another question. 8 days the earth picks up 6.4 into 10 to the power 7 kg of dust from atmosphere. How much dust picks up in 15 days? So that is also a direct proportion. Next come to another question. Question number 11. A car is traveling at an average speed of 50 km per hour. How much distance it will travel in 1 hour 12 minutes? So I am making only a chart for that. Question number 11. Question number 11. It is given that the speed is 50 km per hour. 50 km per hour means in 60 minutes he cover 50 km. Okay. So here time and distance. Time is equal to 60 minutes. Distance is equal to 50 km. Now here the time is given 1 hour 12 minutes. That is 1 hour 12 minutes means 72 minutes. What will be my distance? So here also the direct proportion is occur, the time and distance, these two quantities between. So again we are writing these lines, the time and distance varying and directly to each other. So the solutions can be 60 by 72 is equal to 50 by x. That's implying x is equal to 50 into 72 by 60. That is equal to 60 kilometers. So in 1 hour 12 minutes, the bus or car, whatever is given, the car should travel 60 kilometers. So that will be my right answer. Next, move to question number 12. Ravi walks at an uniform speed of rate 5 km per hour. What distance would he cover in 2 hours? 2 hours 24 minutes. The question is similar to question number 11. Now his speed is 5 km per hour. That is in 60 minutes he covers 5 kilometers. Now here 2 hours 24 minutes. That means 144 minutes. So in 144 minutes, how many distance he is covered? So the process is similar. Next, question number 13. If the thickness of a pile of 12 cardboard is 65 mm, find the thickness of a similar pile 302 such cardboard. So 12 cardboard, question number 13 here we are doing. Question number 13. We are making only the chart for this to solve this. Question number 13. So here question number 13, 12 cardboard. So cardboard, here my cardboard. Cardboard and thickness. So 12 cardboard, that can be 65 mm thick. Now here 312 cardboard, how many mm thick? That's the relation. So from here we can write that 12 by 312 is equal to 65 by x, and my x is equal to 65 into 312 by 12. By calculating this, we are getting the result. Next, question number 14. 11 man can dig a 6-hole 3 by 4 meter long trench in one day. In how many men should be employed for digging 27-meter long trench of the same type in one day? Now the time is fixed here. We have to look after that. The time, question number 14. Question number 14. Time fixed. So here also we can make the chart. The chart should be trench length, and men. Trench length 6-hole 3 by 4 meter. How many men can be required? 11 men. Now trench length is my 27 meter. What will be my value? So here if we can write that this can be written as this equals to what? 27 by 4. 27 by 4. So my 27 by 4 divided by 27, that's equals to 11 by x. So you have to remember that. So that means 1 by 4 is equal to 11 by x. So x is equal to 44. 44 men required. Next, question number 15. A Renu types 540 words during half an hour. Half an hour means 30 minutes. So in 30 minutes 30 minutes, he types 540 word, and in 8 minutes how many word. Similarly, by this process we can easily find the value of x. Okay, so that's it for today's session. Exercise 12A from R.S. Agarwal math book. We have done almost all the math of exercise 12A from direct proportion. Now I will come to another session from inverse proportion of R.S. Agarwal math book. Till then, keep watching my channel and please do subscribe for more update. Thanks for watching.